I'm here in Memphis with my wife Heidi and our dog.
And we're going to show you the top things to do here at the home of the blues and the birthplace of rock.
Here it is, one of the country's most historic and musical streets, Memphis, Tennessee's Beale Street. So many bars with live music up throughout the strip, and many of them free to enter. While most focus on blues, there is a good mix of other genres as well. But Memphis has so many other incredible things to do and see here that you won't find anywhere else. However, since there's so much on Beale Street, I had to spread it out piece by piece throughout the entire video, mixing it with all of the other top things to do here when you visit.
W.C. Handy, known as the father of blues, helped make Beale Street possible. I played here at this venue. Try and check it out. Beale Street is the closest street that I've seen to Nashville's Broadway. Many different venues along the strip, but instead of it primarily being country like Nashville, this primarily blues. Not as long as Nashville's Broadway, but still awesome. The next place, Blues Hall, Juke Joint.
You know, let's go mess and fool around like we used to.
Here.
This next place, apparently it's stunningly beautiful, but mysterious. I walk inside the Crystal Shrine Grotto. This place is stunning, truly. Built in 1938, it's on the National Register of Historic Places. It's a unique man-made cave shrine located inside the Memorial Park Cemetery, decorated with thousands of quartz crystals embedded into the walls. The grotto contains illuminated sculptures and scenes from the life of Jesus. All of the different colors, thousands of quartz crystals all throughout the entire place. It is just, it's not like anything I've ever seen before. I just saw one group. That was it while I was here. A hidden gem here in Memphis, and it's free.
Especially for a cemetery, it is so peaceful. The vibe is just very nice here. Or maybe just a very beautiful spring day. Back to Memphis.
So Memphis is the largest city on the Mississippi River, and it actually hosts the largest annual barbecue festival.
Back in the day, I actually also played here, Tin Roof. It's been a while since I've been here. Gonna check it out. dancing to some music, Veronica. They're like, what the heck?
We are here in Graceland, which is the home of the famous Elvis Presley. And Graceland is actually the second most visited home in America behind only the White House.
You okay?
I will move back here.
And he sat right there. And he walked in here.
I don't think anybody quite knows how to dress a house like a rock star the Elvis Presley did. Look at the TV room and an entirely different, eccentric pool room.
This is so cool.
And of course, the infamous, the world-famous jungle room.
Where the fabric is on the chairs, that was really common in the 1970s. It was a 1970s trend.
Graceland was actually only 13.8 acres when Elvis bought it in 1957 for only $102,000. And today they've expanded the property to 120 acres. The house was actually built in 1939 in a colonial revival style. And in 1991, Graceland was added to the National Register of Historic Places.
Honestly, this is a lot bigger than we were expecting.
Yeah.
We thought we were going to show up to a house and that was it.
This is my new purse.
Oh, looks good, yeah. Wow.
We have two of Elvis's airplanes. The bigger one was named after his daughter, Lisa Marie, and the smaller one is called the Hound Dog 2.
I'm already, you ain't no friend of mine.
Which he used when the Lisa Marie was in commission. He actually spent $600,000 customizing the inside of the airplane, from adding a conference room, a bedroom. He made the walls out of suede.
This is nice. Doesn't necessarily feel like an airplane, you know?
He made the seat belts gold-plated, which is really cool. I believe it was 2014, they actually announced that they were thinking of selling the airplanes, and the fans were outraged, so they ended up keeping them indefinitely.
Well, the whole strip of Beale Street, very, very cool. Few notable venues. One of them, B.B. King's Blues Club.
Blues is more than just playing the notes. It comes from a really deep, sacred place, from misery to joy to sadness to love to everything in between. And so when you play the blues, if you're going to play the blues, you're going to have to give yourself to the blues. And the blues don't give itself to you. You have to give yourself to the blues. The blues is very special. Take the blues seriously, more than just playing those notes in the pentatonic scale. It's more than that. It has something to do with life itself. So when you play the blues or when you listen to the blues, remember it's more than what you're hearing.
This city is covered in graffiti and types of art murals everywhere. Like art murals like that. A little ways down the road, built in 1896, the historic mock castle, Ashlar Hall. It was designed by Robert Brinkley Snowden, and now a very popular photo spot. Built with Romanesque and Gothic revival influences, it features turrets, arcs, and castle-like ornamentation. It also served as a restaurant and event venue over the years. However, it's not currently open to the public anymore at the moment.
Ooh, this is really beautiful. beautiful.
Not only is the Peabody Hotel the most iconic, luxurious hotel here in Memphis and very historic, also is famous for its marching Peabody ducks. What is that exactly? We're gonna find out. I do it, I think, every day, 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. We're here and it is packed out 20 minutes before me. He's okay. Oh, there you go.
It's about to start. Duck tradition actually started in the 1930s. The hotel manager ended up putting some ducks in the water fountain after a hunting trip. The hotel guests absolutely loved it, so it became permanent. It's an official job, and only a few people have ever held the title of duck master here at the Peabody Hotel.
And here we go, y'all. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Yes, perfect. Now, I see how happy those ducks are. You did that. Right now, you're the leader because you made this happen. And you most powerful. Well. What day? All right, baby, I'm gonna leave you in charge, okay? Thank you for watching my ducks. And here we go, y'all. Shake it, shake it, shake it.
They're eating a breakfast buffet here at the Peabody. And we got eggs, we got beignets, we got breakfast potatoes, bacon, croissant, and then a little hodgepodge of like things like that and dessert. Of course.
First time climbing stairs.
Some famous people who stayed here at the Peabody Hotel include Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Frank Sinatra, Sandra Bullock, Justin Timberlake, Tom Cruise, and even some of our U.S. presidents. Peabody Hotel first opened in 1869, making it one of the South's most historic hotels, also known as the South's Grand Hotel because of its history, luxury, and long-standing traditions.
All right, babe. We're gonna take these smooth, rich people elevators right here. Oh, cool. There's a duck on the floor. Where are we going?
To the Duck's Palace. This is magnificent.
I mean, it's free to come up here.
If you come to Memphis, you have to come to the top of the Peabody Hotel.
Oh, look, you can see the sign right there.
Look at this breathtaking view.
I don't know about you, babe, but I love it when these historic downtowns are blocked off so you can just walk on by, don't even worry about cars at all.
Yeah, I know. That's very true.
Run and look, it's a lot better.
Well, you don't love me, baby. I'll go down my knees and pray. Well, you
So
don't
Memphis is one of America's barbecue capitals, and it's especially famous for its pulled pork and its dry road ribs.
Yeah, Blue City Cafe. I love Beale Street, but right on the edge of it is Blue City Cafe. This is one of the most iconic restaurants to eat here in Memphis. It opened in the early 1900s and quickly became a go-to for tourists, locals, and since it's right in the heart of the Beale Street music scene.
We got their world famous tamales, which I haven't tried yet. My one true love got some yummy delicious ribs.
I hit the microphone. Put the microphone in that sauce right there.
Ooh, yeah.
good?
I've had homemade tamales that were better, but this is really good.
That's a rib.
Oh, the ribs here are the best ribs I have ever had in my entire life. They just melted off the bone, melted in your mouth. They were so, so, so good. So if you come here, you have to get the ribs.
Roughly 5 miles away from Beale Street, Memphis Zoo. And if you like zoos, you can't go wrong with a zoo with a cool intro like this. Wow, usually zoos don't have this Aztec-looking pyramid Egyptian architecture intro like this. Also, you can play in the Nile River. I don't think it's the real Nile River, but that's a big cat right there. The African lion. Oh my gosh. I've been to many zoos. I love the atmosphere of this one. Look, you got the bamboo trees on the side. It feels like it's more open as opposed to cage here, cage there, cage there. Beale Street became popular in the early 19th century for musicians. It helped make blues popular at the time. But still, all of the 19th, 20th century building architecture still remains. So, still has a historic feel, really cool. At 321 feet, who would have thought, arguably the 10th largest pyramid in the world is a Bass Pro Shop in Memphis. So cool. I've only been to like maybe 2 in my life, but I'm about sure this is the best Bass Pro Shop in the world. They call it the Memphis Pyramid or Bass Pro Pyramid. It's a massive glass steel pyramid on the Mississippi River that was originally built in 1991 as a sports arena. Later on, it was converted into one of the most unique retail and entertainment destinations in the country. Inside, a massive Bass Pro Shop store and an indoor cypress swamp, restaurants, the Big Cypress Lodge Hotel, bowling alley, and one of the tallest freestanding elevators in the world. Look at it. It's actually very beautiful. Also, the observation deck.
You can see it from a long ways away, and it kind of reminds me of the pyramid in Las Vegas. I don't know if any of y'all have been there. Let's go! Oh my gosh, this place is massive, you guys.
It's extremely cool to visit. So walking around the pyramid's free, but if you want to go to the top for the lookout, it's $8 a person.
Anyone else love the old-fashioned hard candies? I love these things. And there's this beautiful waterfall inside. So I've been in many Bass Pro Shops before, but this one is by far the most epic, amazing Bass Pro Shops I've ever seen in my life. It's definitely worth visiting if you're here in Memphis. And I've seen like a Bass Pro Shops before where they have like fish tanks, but they have literally like a mini river or stream or something that's like all over this place with live fish in it. It's really cool to look at.
Crazy that is taller than the Statue of Liberty. But right across is another notable landmark here in Memphis. You can barely see it from this angle, but it's the Soto Bridge. This is the bridge that connects Tennessee to Arkansas.
Let's go.
It's recognized by its iconic M shape when lit at night. Crosses over the Mississippi River and serves as one of the city's most visible landmarks. Notable for its tide arc design and its role as a major east-west transportation route.
actually named after the ancient Egyptian city of Memphis.
This place, towards the end of Beale Street, is called the People's Club. It's a pool hall. And a band is playing.
We are going to the arcade restaurant, which Elvis actually went to many times.
You can tell she loves Elvis
I do.
more than me.
So the arcade restaurant is actually the oldest cafe here in Memphis, and it was added to the National Register of Historic Places
Since 1919. We got lucky. We were able to move to Elvis's booth. It opened up. So now we're gonna eat at Elvis's booth. Why is it called that? He regularly sat here with his back to that door right there. Reason why? He can watch to see if there were any fans, and if he needed to, fans got a little bit too much or anything like that, he can just slip out of that door.
Tony and I love Elvis so much that we actually made his famous song, I Can't Help Falling in Love, as the song that we danced to at our wedding. Also, when I was pregnant with our daughter, Veronica, I actually listened to mainly Elvis and that era of music for basically my entire pregnancy. So Elvis's music is like super special in that way. From our wedding to being pregnant with our daughter. Here at the arcade restaurant, they're very famous for their sweet potato pancakes. So we got the sweet potato pancakes, we got some scrambled eggs, bacon, hash browns, and then their beignets, which I'm really excited for because the last time and the only time we've ever had beignets was in New Orleans. Oh my gosh.
It's really that good? Is it really that good?
This is one of the best things I've ever had in my entire life.
It's just a pancake.
No, this is like a magical pancake.
So they say most genres of music came from the blues. Of course, in Memphis, you gotta check out the Blues Hall of Fame right here near downtown. This museum celebrates blues music and its pioneers, including memorabilia from B.B. King, Muddy Waters, and more. With a traditional brick facade, and it retains architectural features from the early 1900s. It also highlights global influence of blues music on rock, jazz, and soul.
So this is the gallery of the old Deep South Mississippi Delta style blues players. So if you wanted to research Robert Johnson and touch his name, and there's a sound system in each gallery right over your head so you can listen to whatever you want to listen to. So we go from Delta blues to traditional or classic blues. About the same time frame, 1920s, 1930s. This is also when women start to make blues records in the 1920s. W.C. Handy is known as the father of the blues. He didn't invent it, but he was a writer, a promoter, and a band leader, and he wrote St. Louis Blues, which became the first American blues song known all over the world. We have a gallery for post-World War II Chicago-style blues. This is when everything gets amplified. Electric guitars, Little Walter puts a harmonica with a microphone on it, and it starts the whole Chicago city blues scene. Stevie Ray Vaughan artifacts, we're very fortunate to get these. We're very excited about this display when it came in.
He's 84 years old and touring like he's 34. Taj had to sit down for about 5 hours and answer about 250 questions in order to make this a reality. Tell us something about blues music.
Well, I mean, the blues as an ultimate pillar of almost all modern popular music.
So back in the day, the Mississippi River was a crucial part of trade, cotton and transportation during the 19th and early 20th century. Now for one of the most historic places in Memphis. The legendary recording studio where Elvis, Johnny Cash, B.B. King recorded Sun Studio. They call it the birthplace of rock and roll. Opened in 1950, it's a small brick building with a simple, functional style for recording purposes. Guided tours showcase the original recording equipment and session rooms. Now, it's a museum where you can go inside.
Look! There he is! My other one, true love!
My God. I think that's a picture of him here.
Yeah! Look at his cigarette right there. Johnny Cash. Yeah.
Play some good music here, huh?
Yeah, they do. Well, actually, the recording studio is on the other side of the store, and it's $20 for a guided tour, and sadly, they don't allow children under 5.
But I have a better idea. Ready, babe?
Yeah.
Oh, look. Look at that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, done. Oh, yeah, baby. We got it. We see it. Who needs a guided tour when you can do this?
Wow, we were just in the gift shop next door. The actual Sun recording studio.
I just love it.
Look, there's the world famous Irish bar. So I know a lot of restaurants in Germany and in Europe have these beer gardens where it's kind of like this, where there's just a lot of outdoor seating and most people sit outside.
Look, it's a goat. First time you saw a goat, I think. So crazy, a goat's in this restaurant. This place is a little bit bittersweet, and I like how you can see it without paying any money. It's the Lorraine Motel here in Memphis, standing outside of room 306. That location right there is where Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. Now, the motel is part of the National Civil Rights Museum. Preserves the room, and it became one of the most visited civil rights museums in the country.
I want that job. So Memphis is famously known as the birthplace of blues music and rock and roll music, hosting legendary performers such as W.C. Handy, B.B. King, and my one true love and super talented and handsome husband.
I was gonna say, if she was gonna miss me, because I played here like 8 years ago. My band played the International Blues Challenge here, the IBC. What is that? It's basically a worldwide, massive battle of the bands for blues bands. The whole place completely packs out and everything becomes a venue. Even a place like Wet Willie's. So before the show, I said to the guitarist, John, to get up here, walk and do the solo. My band John Pagano band. Got into the semifinals. That was back when we were a blues band. Now we're just a standard cover band, play mostly Georgia, stuff like that.
We are on our way to the beauty shop, and it's not actually a beauty shop, it's actually a restaurant. So we are here at the Beauty Bar in Memphis, and it is actually famous for Priscilla Presley, who would come here and get her hair done in the 1960s. And the Beauty Bar was a hair place in the 1960s, but it eventually got converted to a restaurant and a bar. And they have like really nice entrees and appetizers. We actually got its appetizers. So there's actually the original chairs here that they used for when they were doing people's hair. Monkey bread.
It's called the Lucky Pot, right?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's super flavorful. There's like a lot of flavors.
These mansions along Millionaire's Row are beautiful, starting with Woodruff-Fontaine House. Stunning Victorian mansion with elaborate outdoor architecture. It's part of Memphis's Victorian Historic District. Built in 1871, it features Second Empire style with ornate woodwork, ironwork, and stained glass. So this is Millionaire's Row. And along this entire row are so many beautiful mansions. This one in particular, you can go inside, it's a museum. But if you just want to check them out for free, just drive along, check out Millionaire's Row. And right next door, one of the oldest surviving residences in the Victorian Village is Massey House, 1847. That's a good honorable mention. Right next to that, the Mallory-Neely House. Built in 1852 with Italianate antebellum architecture, one of the most beautiful mansions here in Memphis. These were the homes of the Memphis elites. It's also the National Register of Historic Places. But if you end up going inside, it still retains its original wallpapers. 25 rooms. This too is a museum, so you can go inside as well. I recommend staying at Home 2 Suites Hilton near Beale Street. This is one of the more affordable hotels in the area. That's also right next to Beale Street, only 2 blocks away from Beale Street. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast, 6 to 9. And these are kitchenettes, so very good for bringing a family, which is why I got Home 2 Suites for this trip, since I brought my family. Furthermore, indoor pool and a gym. Speaking of the gym,
The Schwab soda fountain, so let's go inside.
since 1876, I think.
Wow, look at all these mugs, babe. Oh, there's the fun of it. these are flautists. I played flute and piccolo for many, many years.
Yeah, but everyone knows the real piccolo. Literally, right on the edge where Beale Street begins is the historic Orpheum Theatre. This theater hosts concerts, Broadway shows, and it opened in 1928 and still retains its original ornate interior. Built with a Spanish-style architecture, it features intricate plaster work, chandeliers, and a grand marquee. So check out the show times, and if one goes along with your schedule and this is something that you're into, definitely a good place to visit.
Graceland, because I'm such a massive Elvis fan, and seeing his house was just mind-blowing. I still can't believe we did that. I'm kind of still in shock, especially going to the Peabody Hotel. Oh my gosh, the inside is just a masterpiece. It's a work of art. And seeing the ducks march in, and the ducks there, that was so special. And going up to the roof of the Peabody Hotel, you have to go up to the roof if you can, if it's open. It's just such a breathtaking view. Those are probably my two favorite things. What about you, babe?
Beale Street, and probably the pyramid. But that's the great thing about Memphis. So many different things to do. And regardless of your tastes, you and your family could find something. But in case you're interested in another good city in Georgia, see this video here when we were in Savannah. Thank you guys for watching. Have a blessed day.